Okay, folks, the Weave Video Editor is divided into 4 parts. This is where you can preview your media. This is the preview. You'll see that in action in a minute. This is where you're actually going to be building down here in the timeline. And then also make note of the menu bar up here, particularly over here, folks, the undo and the redo buttons. All right, so let's start building our first video. You're going to be dragging things to this part of your timeline, the video one. So the first piece that I want is this one with my cat playing on the blanket. So I'm going to drag it down here and I'm going to put it right up against the edge of the gray. And it's almost going to like click in there. And then the second one video that I want is this one of my cat playing with a mouse. So I'm going to slide that in and it almost clicks in. And now you'll notice things have popped up in the preview. So I can click Shift, Enter, and that will allow me to preview everything that I've done so far. And as I'm watching my video, I notice that this part with the kitty playing with the blanket is going on for an awfully long time. And I think it's going on too long. So I'm just going to pause that. And I'm going to grab the blue. And I am going to drag it along until I find the spot where sort of the action pauses right there. And I'm going to stop it. Make sure that this is highlighted in orange before you do that, because that will mean that's the part we're selecting. Okay, there it is again. And then all you're going to do to trim off the beginning is click the letter I. And that tells the computer where you want the intake to be, or the in point to be. And you'll notice now I have this sort of gap at the beginning, but I can simply drag my video over, drag it back over. Now, if I was thinking also that this was going on too long, maybe I didn't want the last few seconds, or maybe I just didn't want my hand in there. I wanted it to stop there. And I wanted to chop off the end. In this case, I would just click on the O, and that would make the end disappear, and that's the out point. Now, one thing to be clear, folks, is that video is all still up here. The whole video is here. The whole video is here. So if I've made a mistake, or I want to add another piece of it back in a different place, I can do that. The video hasn't disappeared. I haven't completely deleted it. I've just deleted it from this point. One last thing that would be helpful at this point, as you can see, I've paused and added a few more pieces of video, is noticing that down here there is this slider that allows you to, if it works, extend what you're seeing. So you can either see this sort of frame by frame, or if you need to see just smaller pieces. So as you're working, that might become helpful. So like this one, you can just sort of really extend it out and see it second by second. As you're trimming, that might come in handy.